Hi, today we're keeping things in perspective with a Halloween Slimline card. This is Marla from Mad About Cards and Crafts. Welcome to the CottageCutz YouTube channel. Today my card features new products from the Halloween release. We're going to talk about how I built my scene. Here is a look at the Pinking Shear Edge Slimline. I'm going to bring that into view in just a moment. I have the Pinking Shear Slimline, the largest one, cut out of white cardstock. I've colored and assembled the Haunted Ghost House. For the ghost house, I omitted the bone. I also omitted the ghost, the shattered window, the witch's hat. I wanted to make this more of a cute scene as opposed to a spooky scene. That's one of the nice things about these dies, is that you can take it in any direction that you want to for the Halloween season. I like cutesy cards, so I kept mine a little cutesy. I also have the spooky truck, and this truck comes with a spiderweb window. It comes with a side wheel, web, and a spider. For my truck today, I kept it pretty simple. I did not add any of the spider webs or things like that. You'll notice also that the truck and the house are pretty much the same size. If you were to put a truck up next to a house, it certainly wouldn't look that close in size. And that's one of the things that I really like about building slimline scenes. As you can see here, if I put that house at the very top of my scene, and I put my truck down towards the bottom, it's going to give the illusion that the house is further away. Now, if you saw my friend Lynn's video, her last video, we did not realize that we both were going to be talking about something very similar. For me, it's more of a slimline card that I really like to do this with. I think that because of the height of that slimline, this is 8.5 inches tall, I'm able to move that truck even further away than I would on an A2 size card and get that perspective that the truck is actually smaller. If I did this in a horizontal versus vertical orientation, you can see that now the truck looks large compared to the house, and of course my gnome would need to be really, really small. The gnome is a little bit bigger. It's from the Spooky Tree Gnome. Technically, it should be just a little bit smaller, but again, I'm going to add the gnome to the forefront of my truck and my scene, and because the truck is going to be behind the gnome, it's going to keep that perspective semi-balanced. So the thought behind this scene was that this cute little gnome was going to be selling pumpkins on Halloween night. I'm also using this fresh strawberry patch sign. It comes with 3 different pieces. The fresh strawberries are 2 of the slats, and then there's the post. In order to create the pumpkin portion of the sign, I needed to use that post, and then I just used the edge of the die cut to cut off the tails and make that a little bit shorter. I used a micron pen to add the word pumpkins, so I was able to repurpose that sign. To begin building my scene, I did use some Duralar. It's a product that I got off of Amazon that I create some of my homemade stencils from. And I'm going to use this hillside to add a little bit of grass to this scene. I added a mark with a pencil so I know where my sky needs to start and where my grass needs to begin. And you can see that I did get a little bit, I wasn't really careful when I was doing my blending with this Forest Moss Distress Oxide, and I got some of that ink from, it has the round from that brush. You can see that mark. I'm going to blend it out just a little bit. I'm going to start here with a little bit of peeled paint, and I'm going to blend a little bit more. I'm not too worried about it because I am going to be able to disguise that mark. If I wanted to work at this a little bit harder, then I would just go over that ink a little bit more. For the sky, I'm going with my new favorite easy background, and that's Prized Ribbon. So I'm going to add Prized Ribbon to the top. I'll blend it in a little bit towards the bottom where the grass is, so I'm not worried about the green and the blue mixing together. Once I get this on, I'll add Distress ink. I didn't use the oxide. I'll use Distress ink and black soot. I'll go around the edges to darken up that sky, and then I'm going to go over my scene one more time over the sky with that prized ribbon. So I'm still going to have that mark on the grass, but fear not, it is going to blend out a little bit better. First, I'm going to get some of that oxidation and water splatters using water, and then I'll use my Reindeer heat tool to dry this. Now you could use your microfiber cloth to pick up some of that ink as well. I like to add additional splatters for a starry sky, so I'm going to begin by adding some water to the white paint, and I'll do the splattering there. I did add water to that gold, but it just wasn't enough, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more. And then I will splatter that onto my sky to get a really beautiful galaxy starlit sky. I'll use my heat tool again to dry that ink so that I don't smear it, and then we'll begin building our scene. Off camera, I took 2 pieces of cardstock, one that is black and one that is a teal color, and you can see it there on the right. So the teal is 8 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then I cut the black just an 1/8 inch more so that I have a little bit of a border around my scene. I'm using some VersaMark black onyx ink, and I'm stamping Happy Halloween to my scene. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back, and we're going to align this onto our card base. And then we're going to glue most of our images directly to the panel. In fact, I think I glue all of them. I don't think I used any foam tape. So again, talking about that perspective, I'm going to add that gnome house as high to the top of this scene as I possibly can, and I'll do the same thing with the truck, but I need to make sure that I get that sign behind it. And once I do that, then I'm going to start arranging some of my pumpkins. While I'm doing this gluing, I do want to talk a little bit about the giveaway. In this video, I am giving away the haunted ghost house. In order to qualify, you need to leave a comment, like the video, and make sure that you're a subscriber. I also want to mention that we do have a winner from the last giveaway, which was the Nordic Santa and Reindeer. That person is Ann Cameron, so congratulations, Ann. I will have Mary Marsh's information linked in the description box below. You can contact her and she will make sure that she gets you your die. As I was gluing the truck down, I did want to point out that I didn't glue the slats for the back end of the truck because I wanted to make sure to tuck some of those pumpkins in behind there. This is the end of the Halloween season, so the pumpkin patch is closed. The gnome had fallen asleep on the job. There are very few pumpkins left. I'm going to add 3 to the area where I got a little bit too much ink with my blending brush, and that will camouflage that area. I'll add a couple next to the gnome and then 1 more up at the house, and that will balance out my scene for my card. So I hope you enjoyed this nighttime pumpkin patch themed card. All of the products that are available will be linked in the description box below. I did want to mention that the spooky truck is out of stock at the moment, but fear not, it will be back in stock, so check back shortly for that particular item. That can be used for so many different things. You can leave those pumpkins off the wheels and it would be perfect for any time of year. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching.